We grew up on television. The tube was our babysitter, guiding us through the tube. Morals sent by transmitter. This is where you go to get down to the know about great TV shows all on one show. It's time for some TGIF right here on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield.
And we are back for another day. What's that?
What do they got in there? King Kong?
No, but we got some smaller gorillas in costumes. Because one thing that they decided on this film is safety first, and it's hard to direct wild animals. So they oddly, instead of going to Rick Baker, who is known for making great gorillas, in the 90s, he made the single greatest gorilla movie of the last 40 years, which is Mighty Joe Young remake. So they got Stan Winston Studios to build the gorillas for this. And don't get me wrong, they're really good, but they're good at a distance. They're not good up close.
Yeah.
And there are far too many close-ups in this movie. Is one of the things that annoyed me is they should have kept medium shots. And they should have had a far better, like they did with Gremlins, where, you know, when you needed to shoot a close-up, you had the hero version of Gizmo or one of the Gremlins that was a larger puppet with far more control over the face and everything. Everything in this looked good at a distance, but the minute you got up close, the illusion was lost. And illusion is everything with film. It's suspension of disbelief. Stop eating my sesame cake. That's right.
Somebody's happy we're talking about this movie.
I think the funniest part of it was when he says that to him, and you know, Ernie Hudson's like, or not Ernie Hudson. Who was it? That was the what is that guy's name?
Tim Curry.
Yeah, no, Tim Curry's the one that's eating the cake. It's the other guy, and he's
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo. I'm serious. Stop eating my sesame cake. And he puts it down, and then he spits it out and puts it onto the fucking sesame cake. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Stop eating my sesame cake. So, hi, Penny. Who all is here? We got D-Bud is here. Penny is here. And Mephisto.
Andy.
Where's Mephisto? Why isn't he here with us? I keep trying to. There we go. Evening, boys and girls. I hope you join us, man.
Yeah.
I too late.
Invite.
Mephisto is a house guest. He posted
Andy
that.
Oh, right.
So
Sorry, Meph. I
Oh,
forgot.
so he can't.
I know he wants to, but well, Tom just watched it the other day too. So I told him to crash the party and come join us.
I turn off messages when I'm prepping for the show. I'm prepping for the show. I'm like watching documentaries, making of stuff, and I turn off all. Like Andy Morrow, right here, fucking is messaging me in the middle of my research, and I just finally had to turn off Facebook Messenger because I will get distracted by that stuff, and I save it for after the show so I can look at what him and Tim have been sending me all day when I'm not busy. I'm not allowed to talk loud. I'm sorry, we'll whisper now. This show is now officially whispering for Mephisto.
Pop Culture ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR.
I thought
ASMR
that was
sound.
Gary burping. I thought that was our ASMR.
Hey, G-Boos.
Your mic didn't pick up any of that, Gary. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's too bad.
Whatever you did.
It was a lot of sound, wet sound coming from me doing this.
Would you say
Ew.
moist sound?
Fuck off, Martin.
Wade is here. Good morning or good
Yes.
afternoon, Wade.
Hi, Wade.
So I heckled Don Ecker last night on UFO Crossfire. I was heckling all of them. Commander Cobra was there. Chris DiPerno was there. That was kind of fun. I was like feeling very devilish last night. So I just sat and kept asking questions. Like, what's up with the drones in New Jersey? Well, you think those are UFOs? Are they UAPs? Wait, we know they're drones. So technically that's not a UAP.
In chat, or did you join them?
Yeah, I joined them in chat. I was like heckling them into chat. It was fun.
It is fun.
I think one of the things I said, Don was like talking about, he's in a holiday mood. I said, yeah, but he hates pie. Who hates pie?
I don't care for it. And Wade, you need to try harder. Just putting in backdoor doesn't give you a video.
Look at that.
Hey, Keith.
Wade is so lazy sometimes, man. I love you, Wade, but you are lazy as fuck. I don't want to put forth any effort.
And fuck you, Andy.
Extra spicy moist. Thank you, Andy. I needed that.
I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah, by the way, Krampus, Jeebus, I'm assuming you've been keeping up on how some of the flat earthers went down to Antarctica this week to see that 24-hour sun. It's like, if the earth is flat, how is that happening? They don't have an answer.
Oh, look at no, wait, nobody buys that.
And by the way, it's TOO. If you're
Yeah.
to something.
You're even too lazy to type the word correctly.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm too lazy for good grammar.
Yeah.
Kid, how are you, my friend?
I'm tired, but I am here.
Did I wake you up? Because I called you twice.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I all I know is I woke up and it's like, I wonder what time it is. And jumped out of bed and came in here.
Outstanding. Krampus says that it's moist like a wet wipe.
Well, and that's my time on the show, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. I'm leaving.
I remember
have
one
shit
time.
going on at work to deal with this on my private time.
I remember I wrote into a script that a guy uses a wet wipe to wipe his mouth off. And he goes, "Oh, thanks for the wet wipe." And the guy looks at me and goes, "I didn't give you a wet wipe."
Whoops.
It's in one of my scripts. It's fucked up.
I didn't realize that.
You know what they're officially called, though, right? Yeah. You know what they're officially called? Wet wipes. In the medical field, they're referred to as, this is a fact. In the medical field, they're referred to as moist wipes.
You're just saying that to piss me off.
No, it's true. I
This
just
is
think it's
Flying
really
with
funny
Gary.
because I know it's going to bug you.
Dude, you need to stop using that word or I'm gone. I'm serious. People are
You aren't
crazy.
leaving.
The closer Christmas is coming, the more crazy people get, and the more crazy our schedule gets.
Well,
Sorry,
you don't
one
get
time
more
I
crazy
think
than
I
what
should
just
wait.
happened in Germany today.
Oh, that's just awful.
Hey, we
It
have
is awful.
What happened?
What did I miss?
That
Oh,
car
same as
plowed through a
last
crowd
year.
of people at the Christmas market in
Yeah,
Germany.
happened
Oh,
last year
really?
too. Yeah.
They
They are
they
doing
have
that.
How can
we
you
know
not have
right now
barriers on every
there
market?
are 11 killed and over 60 injured,
Jesus.
and they
This
got it
is-
on
this is-
video, CCTV.
Christmas market. How many kids? How many kids?
God only knows, because this is the thing. You go to those things with your family,
Yeah.
and they should be completely blocked off from any. Only foot traffic should be able to get through those barriers. That a car got through and drove through all those fucking people, and it was like a wave going underneath them, because they're going up over it and they're going under it and around that car. It's just fucking terrible to watch. I have it on. Zach's, go to my Twitter page, my personal one, and you'll see the video about the 5th post down, I think.
Oh man.
So Andy Nung had posted it, and I shared it.
That is
And
just...
yeah, it's just, look, man, people, they're fucking evil motherfuckers out there
Yes, they
that
are.
want to, all they want to do is kill, injure, and maim.
You know, I gotta say, and Gary can attest to this. I'd say within the last 3 to 4 years, I've just gotten to a point where it's just like there are just some people that just need to go. They just need
yeah.
to go.
They should absolutely leave this planet or be removed. Not saying how. I'm just saying they don't have a right to be here. They really don't. So no, I wholly agree with you, buddy.
This time of year, families, kids, you gotta go. At the end of that, just you gotta go. You're asking to leave, you gotta go.
And you know, if you believe in heaven and hell, that is absolutely, there's no line going to hell for that one. You're going straight. Like the moment you're dead, go right on through, sir.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Well,
So
let's cleanse our palates
Yeah.
with this.
oh, okay, I'll gargle right now.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it. Do it
My
now.
throat's really
Seriously,
dry.
guys.
I need to get some lubrication in here.
Seriously, guys. I work on Austria's most famous Christmas market every Sunday and on the holidays.
Yours is blocked off though, right?
It is blocked off, yeah, but
Yeah.
they're still nervous. They still get nervous. So we have Vega guys with fucking machine guns patrolling. Sometimes we have helicopters flying over. You never stop being nervous, being in a place like that.
I hope so, because
Yeah.
your safety is paramount to me.
Okay, this one is for our good friend.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
So I guess the big thing today is we're going to be talking about Congo, and I made that image using Grok. I fucking love Grok. Grok, great. As long as it's a celebrity face, they know how to do the face. You put your own name in there, and they like. I've had friends who are very fucking white, caucasoidal, and they get like a brown version of themselves. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, I see that Tom Connors is here. What's up, Tom?
Hi,
How you
Tom.
Who
doing,
the
buddy?
fuck is Tom Connors? I'm Frank Marshall, director, producer, writer, and composer, and cinematographer, and probably special effects guy of Congo.
Frank,
Yes, I'm going to tell you right now, Tom. I was just saying before the show.
Frank.
I said, you know what caused this movie to fail as well as arachnophobia? It's called Frank Marshall and fucking his bitch wife, Kathleen Kennedy.
Okay, I cannot disagree with you more on the former, but I will back you up on the latter.
Frank.
Frank!
Tell me, Frank, please tell me,
Frank,
what
Frank.
did you see in her originally?
Money.
Good enough.
Congo.
Dude met her on Indiana Jones.
No, you got to understand, guys. Back in the day, she's a cute little number, and she could get coffee like a sumbitch.
I've heard from Spielberg, yeah.
And coffee is code for you know what.
Moist cake.
Oh, geez.
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Damn Delroy Lindo.
Right.
But it really is one of the biggest things I
Congo.
complained about with this film, Congo, was Frank Marshall was the wrong director for this film.
Congo.
It's why the horror elements don't work.
What? But it's Frank. We love Frank. I love Frank.
I don't
Frank.
know what he's talking about, Keith.
Right.
I know, right? Like, this movie was made on pure cocaine, motherfucker.
There you go. The 70s all over again.
So that was what
Even the
The
gorillas
lines
were
were-
covered in cocaine.
yeah, there was
Goddamn
no
right.
there was no craft services. It was just a cocaine bar.
They're like, Frank, we can't get these monkeys to act. They don't get all mad and shit. I'm like, they will after a buttload of cocaine.
Hey Frank, why did you use Stan Winston instead of Rick Baker?
Because Jurassic Park.
Frank.
Look, we had to be able to sell this thing on the fact that it's from the producers of Jurassic Park, from the writer of Jurassic Park, from the guy who made the dinosaurs for Jurassic Park. Look, all you got to do is basically get a bunch of cocaine, get a bunch of apes, throw a female ape in the middle of a bunch of males, and watch them go wild.
Frank. Preach it, Frank.
What do they got in there? King Kong?
Amy, good girl. That's right.
Throwing a female amongst a bunch of apes sounds like everyday life to me, to be honest.
Oh, and Laura
I wanna
Linney
watch
is like
that.
just a horrible actor. I can't stand her. And that's all I got to say on that.
No, I like her as an actress. I don't disagree with you that she was miscast in this, though.
Absolutely just wrong. There are 3 actors who were just coming up at that time that should have gotten that role, that were better for that role.
Well,
The
if I
girl,
remember-
what's her name? The redhead that took over playing Agent Starling was just
Oh,
coming up in the 90s. She would have been
Julianne Moore.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julianne Moore would have been perfect. And she was in one of the Jurassic films too. You know, Laura Linney. I can't
If I
stand
remember
her.
correctly, the book was a bestseller. So this was
All of his books are great. Because he- Go ahead, Martin.
I read the book, man, and I read it like the month after seeing the movie. And once I read the movie, I stopped liking the movie.
And that's what ends up happening is Crichton goes through all this research, and he has a medical background. He's a fucking doctor, and he writes this great science fiction, doing his due diligence with the research, and then they go, let's turn that into a movie. Fuck all that shit that Michael Crichton looked up. Let's just do this. And and this is the sort of thing you expect from Steven Spielberg. Because Steven Spielberg was told when he made Saving Private Ryan by his technical military advisor, my boss, Dale Dye, you shouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. In real life, that wouldn't happen. And he goes, this isn't real life. This is a movie. And so he would overrule Dale Dye constantly for stuff that was logic problems, military logic problems. So, Frank Marshall, God, man, I used to like him back in the 80s. And God damn, he did Arachnophobia in this, and I hated him after those two films. And I wasn't even aware back then, Tom, that he was married to Kathleen Kennedy. But now it all makes sense.
That man deserves a medal.
Tell me how you really feel, motherfucker.
I support you, Frank. I got your back.
I love you, Keith.
I love you, Keith.
Frank, you the best, man.
Look.
I don't even know what.
Did you
I
have
don't even
fun
know-
watching the movie? Did you have fun watching the movie?
Answer the question, Gary. Answer.
Kind of. Not really.
All right, then. I rest my goddamn case. Congo.
I don't even know what Frank Marshall sounds like. Are you doing an actual impression of him? 'Cause I have
No,
idea what
fuck
he
no.
sounds
I don't sound anything like this in real life.
It's so funny.
like.
No, the real
Oh,
Frank
my God.
Marshall is pretty subdued and just like, oh, yeah, we made a movie and it was a thing. And then,
okay, like Kermit
yeah,
the
he's
Frog.
just really kind of like,
Yeah.
not that bad, but yeah.
Kind of like George, but a little more exciting.
Not really.
Oh.
He's a little bit more normal.
Cocaine Congo, you got it, baby. Look, there are elements in the film that I really did like. I also like that they got Bruce Campbell in this movie and gave him shit if he didn't say the lines exact.
I almost like the hype that surrounded the movie more than the movie itself.
Yes.
Like
right?
you guys had to be there for it. Like it was the second coming of Jurassic Park, basically, and it just fell with a thud.
And because they put out that little video, now I watched it again today, the sort of behind the scenes video that really hyped the shit out of the technology and science involved.
They had toys,
in this film.
they had fucking tie-ins,
I mean, just everything. And then the movie came out and it was just like, it was a dud. It just was not very good. And I still enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it. I like that mindless enjoyment popcorn film. But I know that this film should have been scary.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Marshall does not know how to make a scary film. He fucked up Arachnophobia, for God's sakes.
Still deserves a medal.
I don't know. At that time,
her busy.
when Arachnophobia came out, it scared the ever-loving shit out of me. Now, I haven't watched it in about 10 years probably, but
yeah, watching
I also
as an
don't
adult,
like spiders. Like, if there's a spider...
well, see, I have arachnophobia, not as bad as Animus. Animus is like just even...
I wouldn't say I have full-on arachnophobia. I just hate anything that looks like an insect.
Spindly spiders are the ones that get me.
It's way more
And
than
I don't
hatred
like
with
them.
me.
I cannot stand spindly. Hairy spiders don't bother me. Like the wolf spider, man, I've hung out with those guys. I like wolf spiders. Recluses, they give me the fucking EBGBs, and I've been bit by those cocksuckers too. And that's what, by the way, the house spider that they show, the infant, the toddler spiders from the movie Arachnophobia really remind me of the recluse, and that's why that movie gave me the didn't scare me, but it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Did I tell you what I did when I went to see that, Tom?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I was in the Army, and I was still in uniform, and I saw that it was playing at the mall in down. Well, it's in Phoenix, Arizona, and so I'm like, hey, I'm going to go see that, So I go in there, and I've got my drink, and this is back before theaters started really putting in the cup holders and shit like that. So you have to put your drink on the ground. And I got so freaked out by that film, not only could I not reach down to grab my own drink after about 40 minutes of the movie, and I couldn't reach down. And the only thing I could do is reach down and tuck my pants, my uniform pants, into my socks, because I was so freaked out by the idea of spiders being in the theater with me. And that movie it really fucked with me. But I wouldn't say it scared me, but it freaked me out because it's just, I'm an arachnophobic. So it preyed on my primal fear. What I love most about
Congo, though, is that Bruce Campbell has 3 lines in the whole movie, and he gets top billing.
He gets top billing, and on top of that, the craziest part is when he did the scene, and he talked about this, I've talked to him personally about this, and I've seen him talk about it before too, that he couldn't, what happened was he got a talking to from an AD saying, you really need to say the lines exactly the way they're written. He says, I thought I didn't. And the person says, you added an
Oh, my fucking God.
Go look it up. He really did say that. He added an
Wow.
That's what it's like working with Frank Marshall.
Then he could have never worked with Jeff Goldblum.
I know, it's like constant guttural noises coming from.
I wanted somebody to just do a supercut of all of Jeff Goldblum's just little, and it's just all that shit, because he just does. He just makes these weird noises.
Where it sounds. Yeah, guttural
sounds like
noises.
fucking Mr. Bean.
It is like hi. Oh. Nobody in any movie says more without saying a single fucking word than Jeff Goldblum. Maybe Adam Sandler.
Wow.
Now, as I recall, they shot this in Central America, didn't they?
Central America. Where was it? Because I just watched the making of it too. It was kind of ironic that this is your movie today because I just watched the 4K of this. The Vinegar Syndrome did. The negative's damaged. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. But
no, I
I
didn't know
couldn't
that.
find
Yeah.
anything. I was looking for a making of during lunch. I couldn't find anything.
How did the negative get damaged?
Something happened at some point, and it's got a big white streak through most of the movie, but Vinegar Syndrome did the best they could to clean it up. It looks pretty good. It's barely noticeable unless you're looking for it, but it has some strips in it that
almost looked like the bridge of an Enterprise.
But it sounds like it was done before even the videos were done, because I guess it's on all the home video releases as well. So,
oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's only like maybe 20-30% of the negative. So, yeah. It's like the midsection, like the third reel somewhere in there. Something happened at some point. It's not horrible.
Well, I do want to point out some things that I did like about.
But yeah, I think it was either South America or
it was Central.
They had to go find an active volcano.
Bolivia,
I'm trying
wasn't
to
it?
remember where it was. It was somewhere like that was kind of tropical. So yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly where.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Thank you. Most of the movie was actually filmed in Simi Valley. Parts in Pasadena, but they did go to the Dominican Republic.
A lot of it is sets. So like most of the stuff that's actually
looks like it's outside is actually a movie set, right?
Well, yeah, the location stuff is mostly the wide angle stuff where you actually see like the mountains and the volcano in the background and all that kind of crap. That's the wide angle stuff. That's the stuff they actually shot on location. This looks like location possibly.
Oh god.
But it might even be a set though. That's the problem is most of this stuff is a set. I know it's definitely a set once they get on the other side here.
This one's just for you, Tom, right there from Krampus.
No. And that's what they said actually was, it's funny because this is why I give Vinegar Syndrome credit. They said they did it. They took it up to the point they could without having to use AI or anything like that.
Well, Tom,
and before degrading the image.
Krampus has an alternative method.
Cocaine method, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll repaint it frame by frame.
I'll reshoot it when I do Congo 2 and 3.
I do love the lush tropical look. And I'm suspecting that this is a set too, because it just doesn't look.
That's what I said. Once they get to the other side, it definitely is. I don't know about that one part, but yeah. Anything that's in the city of Zinj or anything like that is a set.
I'm also telling you that if Rick Baker had done the apes for this, they would have been more realistic.
I agree with you. And yeah, like the set that they use for, like, it's the biggest set they had at the time is the one where they shot Wizard of Oz and all that shit.
Yeah.
No, they were expecting this to be the next Jurassic Park.
Look, he's about to say the words.
What's he going to say? What's he going to say?
Clatu, verada.
Nicto. And this is the moment where he screams like a bitch.
Well,
Jordan Baker.
Yeah, Jordan Baker's character is not written very well. Very two-dimensional character.
All characters are
but believable.
two-dimensional.
Amy
The
has
believable-
more personality than most people in this movie.
Yeah. Dylan Walsh's character and Ernie Hudson's characters are probably the two most likable characters in the film. I really loved Ernie Hudson in this movie.
I like Joey Pants, even though he only gets like 5 minutes.
I know
Yeah.
Joey Pants is in this fucking movie, and he just did a little bit. God damn, man, Joey Pants.
Man, that wasn't that easier than going through customs.
You know what? This looks pretty good for a $50 million movie.
You sounded just like him there, Jordan Baker, at that moment. Keith.
Oh God,
I've been working on my white guy.
It was
Just
it was
about
kind of
got it.
uncanny for a moment there. I almost
You know,
thought the
you
movie
mentioned-
started up for a second. It was like I thought he said like I can't be spending $50 million on a goddamn diamond, and then like, he was like or a goddamn laser for a diamond. Like, wait, was that Keith for a second there, or was it the movie?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, ironically, Keith, when I worked for Taco Bell for 3 days before they fired me, my boss, I'm
The
serious. I
best
got
part is
fired
that
after
you got
3 days.
fired and you didn't quit.
3 days on the job, I got fired because of my mouth. And my boss's name was Clarence. That was his real name. He looked like Dan Aykroyd if Dan Aykroyd had never eaten anything in his whole life. Real skinny guy. And he talked just like Eddie Murphy's white guy. Talked just like him. And so that always made me laugh that people go, oh, white people don't talk. I know one white guy that sounds just like that.
Oh, there are. Oh, yes, there are. I know a lot of those guys. That's where like Eddie nailed that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the "fuck you, mom." You ever heard that one?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I never. First time I heard the F word was in White Boy's House or whatever it was. It's one of his older stand-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like white boys will stand up to their mom. It's like, she's not going to like whip the shit out of you for saying that.
Nope.
So I will give, look, I'm going to give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
Stan Winston did a fantastic job, but the problem is these apes weren't designed for close-ups. And that's where the
And
fantasy-
CG wasn't there yet. That's my guess, is why they didn't use hardly any CG here, considering.
That
Yeah.
was 95 though.
Yeah, 1995.
Yeah, they could do
Jurassic-
dinosaurs, they could do shit like that, but
Yeah,
gorillas,
I
they
think
weren't quite there yet. Yeah.
because they couldn't do hair well enough to make it look believable.
You're right, because I think it's like, what, 2-3 years after this, when Mighty Joe Young comes out, that's the first time they really...
I know, 2
Nailed
years. 2 years. And Rick Baker, I think Rick Baker was just simply the answer.
Oh,
that if
Mighty,
they had used Rick
his Mighty
Baker-
Joe Young is kind of like the pinnacle of his... That's exactly what he wanted to do for King Kong back in 70.
I think it's the pinnacle of all gorilla films. I don't care, you know, I will say and go to my grave with this, that Mighty Joe Young did a better job than what's his name's King Kong.
As far as remaking, yeah.
I think that it's a far more believable gorilla
In
in
that
that
sense,
movie.
yeah.
And I loved what they did. Now the software, all the technology they use in this film is actually from the book, and this is real stuff that was happening at the time.
Wait, in the book, there wasn't that contraption with the glove and the.
Oh, I thought they did. I thought he mentioned AI was learning how to.
Is it?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
what it
remember.
is.
I've read the book a long ass time
It's
ago.
it was a step above what they were doing with Stephen Hawking's.
Yeah, but this is for the movie. In the book,
I was gonna say, I think
the
he's
gorilla
right, yeah.
just only gesticulated with
Okay.
her hands.
So if you don't recognize her, that's the psychologist from the Lethal Weapon films.
Yeah,
Well, you know this movie
Passed away a while back, yeah.
What
well,
Keith?
there's
By having her
I
in
didn't hear
it,
you,
that
Keith.
means this is tied into it.
Oh, it's in the same universe? Holy shit.
Joel Silver produced this? No, it was
No,
Kathleen
Steven
Kennedy.
Spielberg did. Yeah, it was Kennedy and Spielberg's.
No, this is a Kennedy Marshall. I don't think Spielberg had anything to do
Oh,
with this.
I
did he?
thought Spielberg was involved with the
No, I don't think he is, but I could be wrong. Because I don't think this is an Amblin film. I think it's just a Kennedy Marshall film. It has
Here's
the
all that
Kennedy
money
Marshall
we made
logo
off
in
of
the beginning.
Spielberg. Let's go make our own movie.
No, that's what I was saying. This whole movie was basically sold on the idea that it was from the producer, from the writer, from the people that brought you Jurassic Park, but not the actual director of. Yeah.
And it's coffee.
And here you got one of Tim Curry's best performances ever.
Yeah.
You know what? Frank Marshall should talk about how awesome it is to snort coke off of Kathleen Kennedy's tits.
Wow.
What tits, motherfucker? I got bigger tits.
And by the way, Country Shape Media is here with my favorite version of Michael Myers, and that is James Hong Michael Myers.
Wow. I only
Tell
do-
me it doesn't look like him. I only do eyes. Congo versus Planet of the Apes.
That's a movie I'd see.
Yeah, fuck
It's
it.
Karen.
Fuck yeah.
I know. I pointed that out to Anima. We're watching. I said, "That's fucking James Cameron, man." Only nerds like us know who the fuck he is. People today don't know who the fuck.
So whatever happened to the dude who's the lead in this? Because like that was like a common thing with Spielberg, Kennedy, Marshall type movies. They would always find these like rando leads that like never end up doing anything ever again.
He did. He was in quite a few films, but he was usually secondary characters. I was
going to say I don't remember him from anything major. Like, yeah, I'm trying to.
But that's
place
it's Dylan Walsh. He plays Lois Lane's father.
Yeah, he was in
Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
he's great in it.
I don't watch that shit. You guys act like I watch new TV shows.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I'm sorry. We don't have to do
You're
nothing.
too cool for school.
Oh, you ain't fucked it yet? No, it's special.
Oh my God. Kathleen snorts coke off Frank's moves.
I plead the motherfucking fifth.
But then you whisper to the camera, "No, she really did." Don't tell me.
I was so degraded.
So, like, look, I'll pull up some stuff. Of course, he was the co-star of Nip and Tuck, a show I never watched.
Okay, all right.
I could care less about.
Well, I'm just trying to place him at the time when he would have got this movie. That's what I was trying to figure out.
It was 1995, and he was just coming up. In 2009, he was in the terrible remake of The Stepfather. He's on Blue Bloods. He was in Unforgettable, another one I didn't watch. Superman and Lois. He's in The Lake House, another film with Bullock and Reeves that I never saw. I remember this movie when it came out, Jet Boy. I think he's one of the dads in that.
Parrothead, to answer your question, there's been some changes. Since the success of Twisters, after I'm done making Twisters with a 3 as the E, so you get it? Twisters, like with the 3 is shut the fuck up. Anyway, we're gonna mix Congo with Twisters. See, it's gonna be a killer tornado full of killer apes. Can you believe it? And they're gonna land. Guess where? Jurassic World.
Jurassic.
This is gonna be a fucking. This is gonna be just an apocalyptical size event. Okay, Twisters versus killer apes versus dinosaurs. Shit's on. Congo.
That's why
I don't know.
D-Bud knows what I'm saying. Twisters 3.
The people behind Sharknado.
And if you think I'm kidding, wait. In 2 years, Twisters is coming out. I bet you with a 3 for the E. You watch.
Yeah.
I won't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Jean Dubon.
It's like they're sitting there for Jurassic Park. They're like, what are we going to call the third one? The second was Jurassic World. Frank's just like, fuck it. We're calling it Jurassic Park 3. That's it. I'm not arguing no more. Actually, it was Kathleen Kennedy who destroyed that production. That's one I'd love to talk about sometimes, because the rumor is that what's his face, the director, I just forgot his damn name now. The guy who directed Captain America, the first movie, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Rocketeer. What's his name? Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
Word is that Joe Johnston will never work with Kathleen Kennedy again because of the fucking experience he had working with her on Jurassic Park 3.
Oh,
because I kept saying, where the fuck is he at? Why isn't he directing a Star Wars movie?
dude,
Right?
this bitch has some merit.
Oh.
Cocaine Twister.
Cocaine Twister.
Don't
Bear.
get ahead of yourself.
Cocaine Twister Bear.
No, it's apes this time, Gary.
No, Cocaine Bear and Twisters. Cocaine Twister Bear.
The monkey's got to ingest the cocaine and then get it soaked up in the twister. Then they get ate by the dinosaurs, which in turn are cocaine dinosaurs. Man, this is chaos theory all over the place.
You know, Dylan Walsh was also in the movie We Were Soldiers.
Okay, again, I'm still trying to place where, because this is like a thing with them. I don't know why, because even what's his face who played Alan Grant wasn't exactly an A-lister at the time. Even Jeff Goldblum was a bigger actor.
Yeah,
and yeah, what the hell's his name? Jesus Christ!
You know, you're saying this and it reminds me. I just watched a clip last night from one of the Transformer films, and fucking Anthony Hopkins is in it. And I'm like,
Yeah, he's in like the third or fourth one or whatever it was. Yeah.
I'm like, did I not see that? I do not remember that.
That's because you got a dose of common sense and you decided to stop watching.
Let me ask you a
I don't know.
question.
That just blew my mind. What's that?
Which Transformer movie am I describing? In the beginning of the movie, we find out that there's an ancient thing on Earth that the Transformers had there all this time that the bad guys get a hold of, that now they got to get a hold of before the bad guys destroy the Earth because they got a hold of the thing that was there
That's
before.
all of them.
Exactly.
That's it. The Bonaventia. Hey.
You can't tell me which one it is.
Love
There's
that
only
movie.
one that I could give you that the explanation of the film, and you'd actually know what it is, and it's Bumblebee.
Wow.
Because that's the only one that's not the plot. It's close, but not exactly.
Did you like Bumblebee? Because
Yeah,
I kind of
Bumblebee was
enjoyed it,
definitely
but
the
I
better
kind
of
of
the
wanted
one.
Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee from the show where he talks.
Yeah.
And it always
Well,
bugged me that they
it's
did
been
that
years
one thing
since
for
I've
one
seen it.
film, and then it was all of them.
Wasn't it my memory? Wasn't Bumblebee kind of treated like a kid almost in the show? Because wasn't that part
Yes,
of the problem?
Bumblebee
Yeah.
was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Because
he was
he
a
was
kid.
always pissing and moaning because he was always hanging out with the kids and he couldn't go do the stuff and he was always getting himself in trouble and shit. Yeah.
Dylan Walsh was.
By the way, we have a
Anchorman.
new video that Tom inspired me to get because of his Frank Marshall impression. Here we go.
Is why I won't do 2 shows a night anymore, babe. I won't do.
People always figure out who my impressions are when I make up these characters. You know that? Okay, yes. So, yes, Frank Marshall is like half Beetlejuice and half just like a Texas car salesman.
There you go.
Texas car salesman. That's Joey Pants, by the way, if you guys don't know who that is.
He's
Yep.
amazing.
Joey
He's a
Pantoli-
Facebook friend of mine. I have never talked to him, but he's a Facebook friend of mine.
Yeah, it's so weird when you become like they like friend you, and it's like, is that? Oh God, that is the real person. Why the fuck are they friends with me?
This is pre-Matrix.
Oh, Joey's
Yeah, this
been
is
in
before the
every fucking. I think Joey's
yeah.
in movies that he doesn't even know he's in.
Yep.
One of my favorite characters he ever played is in a terrible film, Daredevil.
That's what I mean. He's in every fucking movie. Not even when he's in it, he's in it. It's like,
Did I get paid to be in that movie?
yeah, he's like, I don't remember shooting that.
So Dylan Walsh was in Anchorman, The Lone Ranger.
Was he an Anchorman?
Yeah.
Which
that
Lone
was
Ranger? Which Lone Ranger?
Oh, okay. He's in Lone
2003?
Ranger. Who do you play
Okay.
in that?
That's a good question.
Probably one of the Rangers.
The old one, maybe? Yeah.
One
Ernie
of the
Hudson,
Texans.
though. Oh my God, Ernie Hudson. I mean, you couldn't have cast a better.
I love Ernie Hudson.
He's
I've
the
got
best.
to hang out with him. I mean, I hung out with him for like 3 days.
And he's great
and
in this.
He's fun.
He is
Oh,
just
yeah.
such a great guy. And he's good in anything he plays, but this is really one of my favorite roles. And it's a terrible movie, but I love him in this.
Well, he gets to chew the scenery. That's why.
Yeah.
Him and Tim
He delivers-
Curry in this. I mean,
He
yeah.
delivers one of the best lines. He says, "I'm your great white hunter. I just happen to be black."
Well, and the back and forth and the tit for tat between him and Tim Curry, that's two master class guys going to work, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
especially in that scene where they're in the boat. Like, that's one of the better scenes, too. And he's like, I'll have my last laugh, like with that fucking Russian or whatever it is, Croatian accent or whatever the hell he's doing.
Oh, his accent is ridiculous.
It's great,
like
though, because it's pure Tim Curry.
It's pure Tim Curry. Yes, it's like you can't narrow it down because he says he's from Romania.
Romania,
that's
that's
not
what
a
it is.
Romanian
Romania,
accent.
yeah. It's more Russian / something.
It's
I don't
way
know.
more Russian than it is anything, and it's not even.
Well, I'm trying to remember in the
like
book, they do get
Georgian?
more into his character.
Herkimer Homolka is not in the book.
Oh, he's not in the book? I thought there was.
No.
Well, who's the character that they use for his placement then in the book? Because I'm trying to remember.
No one. He's a completely fabrication.
Thanks,
For the
Kathleen.
movie.
God, I really don't remember the book all that much. That or I read like an adaptation of the script and not the actual book. That could be possible. Because the book
You know,
I had the cover for the movie, not the original book.
Kathleen Kennedy in her bad ideas.
I
like, when
swear
she
it said it was by
suggested-
Michael Crichton, so I don't know. Sorry, you were saying, Gary?
No, just saying that Kennedy always wants to do those bad ideas. Like, what happens if the boy doesn't get the girl, but gets the dog. And I'm like, look, man, we all saw a boy and his dog.
Actually, no. I mean, Tim Curry's, if he's not in the book, he should have been, because his character is one of the main motivation things here.
Pivotal reasons,
yeah, kind of clicking, because, you know, they want to take Amy back. They don't have a way of getting her back because they don't have the money. He funds the money, but his whole thing is you know, he wants to get to the lost city of Zinj, and he sees that she's seen it before because she has the eye on her. You know,
Martin, pause this. Oh, crap. The pause button disappeared. I can't pause it.
Okay.
The guy that's talking to him, if you don't recognize him, that's the big werewolf dude from Underworld who also co-wrote and created the world.
Yeah. He's also
and I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yep. He's also the creator of Blue Marvel. You know, the one character that Marvel could do, that's their Superman, but no.
That's him on the right there in the Congolese uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Gary, I just figured out the other day, because I didn't have a play or pause or anything up there on the stage. But when you mouse over the tiny thing in the back office area, you still have it there, even when it's gone up there. So you can try that.
The 3 dots? No, it's not there.
No, not the 3 dots. If you just mouse over it, pretend you want to remove it. Go over there. You see a play button down there, left bottom corner.
Oh, I see it down at the bottom. Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, I figured that out the other day. Because
now you guys know why I want to marry her, because she shows me little things.
Got any sisters?
I didn't know how the flush button worked on the toilet until she showed me.
Wow, dude.
That I can actually believe.
Yeah, right?
Did she teach you about the seashells yet? Huh?
No,
oh my God,
no.
Guys, please stop it.
So much
How
for
did
the
I end up on
seashells.
this sausage face?
Yes, so much for the seashells.
Send female help. Send me 6. Send me Max. Send me Aaron.
Anima, I'm not making fun of you. I never make fun of you, Anima.
And there's Delroy Lindo, man. I fucking love that guy. I saw this movie but didn't know who he was. I found out who he was by watching Get Shorty. And I love that movie. And we're going to have to eventually do it, because I love that movie, Get Shorty.
What I love is he tells them to help themselves to some of his
to watch. I remember.
Some of his cake and shit, except for he doesn't like Tim Curry.
Or Herkimer, yeah. Everybody hates Herkimer.
Yeah, and the killer joke in that is that he spits out what's in his mouth and puts it on the plate.
Stop eating my sesame cake. Stop eating my sesame cake. Why are you here?
Yeah, dude, Jeebus is like just keeps going on how gross sesame cake is. I can proudly say I've never fucking had sesame cake, and nor do I ever want
Neither have I.
Because I assume that sesame cake is just awful.
But yeah, I think it was Keith, or was it Martin who said it earlier, where basically like this is just 2 separate movies pieced together, because like the first half of the movie does not feel like the same movie once you get to the city, right? Like once the apes show up and stuff, it feels like a completely different film. So yeah, it almost feels like something fell apart somewhere. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm starting to wonder if they wanted to use more CGI and they just realized it wasn't going to work. So all they could really, because if you notice, that's kind of what it feels like, is the apes are more of an afterthought than the actual, you know, antagonists of the film. Because they don't even CG deal with them until like the last 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. In the movie, the actual CG that's used in it, 90% of it is the lava. And it's not the lava itself.
It's just the sparks and all that shit.
The sparks, additional shit, the way they figured out how to light it. It's fascinating the way they did it.
Well, I just say that because you watch this movie and it feels like I said, like there's something missing here. Like they meant to do something more and it just didn't pan out. And they're just using what they had to use, and that was it.
Well, you know, part of it is the fact that Dylan Walsh is completely different from what Michael Crichton, or who Michael Crichton was really writing. He was writing it for Sean Connery.
Well, isn't that the part that Bruce Campbell tried out for, and he ended up getting stuck with the other one anyway?
Yeah, I know. But I mean, still, even with Bruce Campbell, who, you know, Bruce is cool, but he's not Sean Connery. you know?
No, but I mean, I see where they're coming from with the character, and
Yeah.
and I don't remember the book, obviously, less than I thought, considering. But yeah, I don't see that guy as the kind of guy who would be able to handle somebody like Amy.
He's
Bruce, I
just
could
the
see it.
young, handsome, fucking naive fucking dude. Yeah, not
He looks more like a Greenpeace dude, not some like.
absolutely Greenpeace. By the way, you bring up Sean Connery, and I want to point out that I was not aware that the original story for Red Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes was written by Michael Crichton.
Yeah, it was one of his earlier novels, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. And I was shocked by that. And I have to admit, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I do love that movie.
It's a fun movie. I enjoy it.
We got to do it. We got to do it sometime because it is a really good it's a Friday movie. That's one of those films we need to do on Fridays. One of them we're going to be doing, I don't know if you like this film, Tom. We're going to be doing the original 1959 Journey to the Center of the Earth with James Mason and Pat Boone.
Ooh, nice.
I'm sorry, I can't say that name and take it seriously because he's such a white bread motherfucker. You know, but he had a great Christian music career, but I just don't think much of Pat Boone. But it is a good film, and it's got some of that early George Powell slap a fin on a fucking lizard and have it fight another lizard.
Yeah, live it. Oh, wow.
And that's a character that we should have seen more of in the film. It was Joey Pants' character.
Right? You can
But
never
this is
have
it.
too many.
This is the airport scene, and that's it. He's done.
You can never have too much Joey Pants.
Yeah, I fucking love that guy. That is a DC-3, also known as the C-47. You could take off 70% of its wing, and it could still fucking fly.
What? How is that possible?
The engines on the plane, you have to increase power to increase lift, but they've done it.
Huh.
It was probably one of the single greatest planes created during World War II. Yakuza are scared of white people.
Are they?
I don't know.
Not according to Black Rain.
Gary has Pat Boone's heavy metal album. You know, I will tell you, there is an actor who does have a heavy metal album that I do have, which is Christopher Lee.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he does.
Christopher Lee is metal.
You just don't get much more metal than that motherfucker. He was just bad. And somebody says, oh, he inspired James Bond. I said, no, he's one of the inspirations for James Bond. There are three major inspirations for Bond, and he's a cousin through marriage with Ian Fleming.
He's related to a lot of very interesting people.
And in real life, Palpatine, or not Palpatine, English actor that was in Star
Ian
Wars.
McDermott?
No, in Star Wars.
Oh,
The first one.
That's
Peter Cushing.
Oh,
Fuck you.
yes.
He's worthless to me. You're worthless.
I'm
Gave you a
gone,
chance.
everybody.
Peter
Get rid of the
Cushing.
black guy. Thanks. It's been nice.
I was really shocked at how close of friends they were in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pilot and co-pilot left the plane. And Anima's like, would they do that? I said, yeah, this is not a commercial airline. Yes, they would totally fucking leave everybody. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like,
They would-
holy shit.
They would totally Temple of Doom them, just like jump off and salute them. Good luck.
I mean, that's one fucking way of make somebody jump who doesn't want to jump. Tell them, okay,
Hope there's
fine,
enough
stay, but the
parachutes.
pilots are gone.
Yeah. Worked on Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Did I have a
Leopold absolutely did some god awful shit. Are you from The Netherlands? Tom Baker? You say ours. Yeah, it was what he did down there
I
was
think
pretty fucking awful.
He is European. He mentioned that before. And I think it was the Netherlands or Belgium. I'm sorry, I don't remember, Tom.
It's Belgium. You're correct. It's Belgium.
Yeah, so I did remember. Okay.
They fucked with someone time, but they were CIA and ended up all dead because of it. They were left as a warning and they never forgot. Okay. All right. That's fucking cool. The Belgian Congo. Anima got confused, by the way, Tom. She's Congo's a country. And I'm like, no, it's also
It's
like
not
the
the
jungle. We refer to the
first
jungle of
time.
Africa as the Congo.
And we don't do that in German. And I just forgot because it's been a year or something since that last came up. And I just forgot. I really got confused because we don't use Congo in German to say jungle. Congo is the country, period. That's it.
That kind of shit is one of the reasons I have such a hard time learning any other languages. It's just the difference in how certain things are phrased and structure and just that kind of shit.
Well, German, the first thing I noticed as a kid when my dad spoke German around me all the time. And when I came to understand, it's like they talk like Yoda.
Yeah.
They really
the way
do.
We build our sentences,
you know, they don't say, please open the door. They go, please make you the door open. Or no, make you the door open, please.
No,
it's like,
there, but
that's Yoda speak, if I ever heard it. Machen Sie das Fenster auf, bitte?
Türe. Fenster is window.
Hey, you knew what I was saying.
I know. Here's a little secret for you guys. He's actually practicing German with me sometimes. And I love it.
So
it's still really bad German.
It
means
is.
Yoda translated into German must be correct then, right?
I learned Croatian for fuck off, Ojebi.
Yeah. You like that?
It means fuck off in Croatian.
Yep. You remember. I'm proud.
Learning all the dirty words first. That's good.
Always the dirty words first.
Well, I had to. My mom hated it when I swear, and she could tell that I was swearing in English. So, also the first people I met in Croatia were fucking seamen. So, yeah, the first words I picked up was very colorful.
I can't believe she just said. She just said seamen.
We'll have that one on loop.
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ! People on boats, for fuck's sake.
Oh wait, no, Shinatsky. There should be a Congo the musical. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Singing
and
apes?
I can hardly wait until you see the violent apes singing and dancing.
Lin-Manuel Miranda presents.
We're gonna eat your face. We're gonna bash your skull.
Drag you all over the place.
That's right.
Singing
Amy sad, Amy sad. It isn't all that bad. Why is Amy so sad?
By the way, one of the best lines in the film is from Amy when she calls Laura Linney's character ugly blonde lady.
Why are you here? Please give me a break. Won't you please stop eating my sesame cake?
There you go.
It's Joe Don Baker.
Of course I care about my son, but I need to know if those diamonds are real.
Like redub the whole movie as a musical.
Hey,
Tim Curry would be perfect, right?
Yes, he would.
Oh man,
I believe in the lost city of Zinj. Just like it's unlike any other shitty city you've ever been.
Just ask Grok to make make Congo the musical.
The musical.
I'm not sure whether that's a good idea.
Amy Sad is the best song, of course.
That's the showstopper.
Of course, yeah. Amy sings it, you know.
It's got to be sung
in sign
just
language.
Like, I'm so Ronry. Like I'm so Ronry. It's like one of my favorite movie
I'm so Ronry
yes.
and Ronry around.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody but
Ray Parker and Matt Stone. Really, that's Trey Parker writing that fucking lyrics. He's incredible.
Oh gosh.
I just
hate
got
you, Alric
Cannibal the
Ballrin.
Musical.
There's a
Cannibal
highway
the
to
Musical.
hell.
I have that, dude. I own that movie on VHS.
You know, they lost the film for that. All
Yes,
they have
due
left
to-
is the videotape.
You
Yeah.
are worthless, Alec Bowen. You are worthless, Alec Bowen. You failed in every way, and now my stock in you has fallen. Your career is down, and you're worthless, Alec Bowen. That's why I blew your head off, and your children are all boring.
God, Jesus. What was that?
That's
Those
from
guys-
Team
you're
America.
gonna watch it with me, Team America. That she hates puppets.
You are
but she's
worthless,
gotta
Alec
watch that movie.
Bowen.
I hate puppets,
a-
yeah.
It's a
They're creepy.
musical, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's a takeoff of
Matt
Thunderbirds.
Damon.
Absolutely. a
What's
takeoff
funny
from
is how much
Thunderbirds.
more relevant it is probably now than when it was when it first came out.
I
at
know.
the time. Certain elements of it, anyway. Yeah.
Those guys have FU money is what they got.
Gary,
was showing-
I want you to do something for me.
No.
Let me see if I can find
No,
it.
Gary, I'm not trying to suck your dick.
Today.
Today.
All right, here we go. I was trying to do images on Grok for my thumbnails, and I'm having fun with it. It's like getting stuff like I did that Bruce Campbell one for this on Grok. That's this one. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. This one, I was trying to do one for the transporter, and this is what it gave me.
What the
He's got
fuck?
fingers coming out of the back of his hand. It's like, what?
I was
the
more worried. What the
fuck?
fuck is the skunk badger creature thing? Like,
I don't know, but he
It's
did some real
multiple.
bad.
he don't like him.
Multiple images came with that fucking badger looking thing in it. It's fucking weird.
And it's wearing one shoe. That badger is wearing a shoe.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe that's
my
why
other-
he's being punched. Is he stole a shoe?
Another favorite of mine. I don't have it here. I'm looking for it. I don't have it. Where basically his hands are also shoes. So he's punching and kicking with his shoes.
What?
And it's just so fucking weird. But this one, I
You
like this
gotta
one.
love
It looks
AI.
like, yeah, Jason Statham taking a shit.
Grok
No
needs
wonder
to stop
AI is
sleeping
so
glue.
fucked up. Oh shit.
It's crazy. I love fucking around on Grok. I could waste like hours on it. That's why I'm glad they put a limit on it. So it stops me after a bit. It says, okay, you get no more today. You're having too much fun.
Rock and cool.
It's all Grok and roll to me.
It's all rock
Every
until somebody
movie
gets hurt.
of his is about Jason Statham looking for work. No, to me.
What's wrong?
Aim does not want to suck your dick. Oh my God.
Oh, that's the Axel Braun version of it.
I think the weakest part of this is the casting of Laura Linney and him, Dylan.
Again, a part that was originally written for Sean Connery, so I can see.
Then again, I don't know if I could see Sean Connery playing it.
Well,
He
this
did
is like,
Sean Connery?
what is it, 3 years or 4 years after he did, was it the one where he's in the jungle?
Oh, there we
Trying to
go.
find cure
Medicine
of
Man.
the Medicine Man. 3 or 4 years later. These are two black guys that got punked somehow.
We were just asking for directions.
Next thing you know, we got powder all over someone's talc, and somebody branded me in the chest.
Twice.
What?
Yeah, in this culture, there are many levels of death, and it was like, how many levels can they have?
There's still death by Ruru.
Yeah,
Much confusing stuff.
I always love that joke. And they changed it on Futurama to Snoo Snoo.
Yeah.
Death by Snoo.
Yeah.
That's Diddy's favorite joke, I hear.
Oh my.
I love that. It's like you can choose death or you can choose Snoo Snoo. What's Snoo Snoo? That's where this giant fuck shoot. Yes. Think, I think I'll take death. Okay, death by Snoo Snoo. Like, what?
Oh.
Read the fine print, motherfucker.
Here we go.
Welcome to my nightmare.
You've seen too much.
Think you're gonna like it.
I love in movies when somebody dies and nobody tries CPR. He's dead. No shit.
Right.
Revive him.
I mean, he
They
wasn't
usually
that
don't
dead.
even check for vital signs. They just say he's dead because he's living. He could be
His
unconscious,
heart
for fuck's
probably
sake.
exploded or some shit.
Yeah, but you don't know
Because he
that without
screams.
checking.
He sees
Yeah.
the gorilla and he screams and then fucking dies.
Now, is that the same guy that's in From Dusk Till Dawn? I was trying to place him. The one that's in the gas station in the beginning of the movie. Is that the same guy? Same actor?
Let me see.
I think it is. The one that's like, I never said help us.
That's Christopher Critter, whatever his name is.
All right, now is he,
Antonucci, I think is who that is.
and now is he in From Dusk Till Dawn?
He's in Scary Movie, Black Panther, Taker's Congo, The Vault, Hollywood Adventures, Wasting Away, Leave It on the Floor. And that's it. I don't see him. No, I
Maybe
don't
it was
see
a
him.
different guy then. Just looked like him. Okay.
No, it was
Wait,
John.
maybe
Hawkes.
it's not the guy.
It's John Hawkes.
I'm looking. Oh, I see him. Yep, that is John Hawkes. And that is him. Yeah, holy shit,
That's what
that
I
is
thought.
him.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, he's a good
I didn't even
character actor.
recognize him in this. But yeah, I know this.
Well, it's because
guy.
he's barely in the fucking movie. That's the other problem. And like, cause like, I was watching it the other night and like, is that him? And I'm like, okay, maybe it is him, but I'm like, I'm not 100% sure because I don't even remember if he even has any real lines in the movie all that much. Like, because a lot of that stuff in the front end, you could tell was chopped down, and they must have had it. It must have been a much bigger deal than it was because they even get their own section where they're. That's why Bruce Campbell gets top billing because they're sectioned off as a completely different part of the cast in the
Right.
credits.
They just went in and hired every major black guy they could find. That was cheap.
Well, they are
Well,
doing
in this
a movie about
case,
the Congo.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, you kind of have to. And
They
they
could
shooting it in
absolutely-
Africa, so
Could you imagine if they whitewashed it and made all the tribal people white?
They even had
I
Jimmy
mean-
Buffett come out.
hey, now, don't you talk about Jimmy? I miss Jimmy. Check out Frank Marshall's fucking Twitter. Like they were like best buds. I shit you not.
Well, that's why he was in the movie.
Yep.
What's he in the movie?
Doesn't he have a song on Twister as well? I think.
Yeah, I think so. And he was the 727 pilot. 727 pilot.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett.
Frank Marshall and Henry Buffett were really good friends. Or Jimmy Buffett, not Henry Buffett. Jesus
Yeah, I was
Christ.
gonna say.
Jimmy Buffett. Where'd I get Henry from?
Holy shit, he is the fucking pilot.
Yep.
And
God.
character actress Carolyn Seymour. She's also in this movie. Jeez.
And her
Lemon
cousin,
sponge
Carolyn
cake,
C. Less.
watching the sun bake. Snorted some cocaine, now I need to get laid. What?
Stuart Pankin. Because
By the way, the best Jimmy Buffett movie has a takeoff on Jimmy Buffett is Club Paradise. I fucking love that movie
yep.
by Broken Lizard. They follow all the rules to the T for slasher films in that movie. Do you know the one I'm talking about, Tom? Have you seen that? Or it's Club
Not
Dread.
ringing it.
I'm sorry, Club Dread.
I know what it is, but I've never actually seen it.
It's Club Dread. It's a slasher film comedy. But
Yeah, the
they
Broken
actually
Lizard
follow the
guys.
rules. Broken
And-
Lizard, yeah.
They're them and I just never really got into their stuff. I mean, maybe I should revisit it and
Super
See,
Troopers
but-
is great.
That's the one I never got into, and I know everybody like what the fuck do you mean you don't like Super Troopers? It's like, why is it? It's not that I don't really like it. It's just I never really watched
Snozberries
it.
taste like snozberry.
Not only that, I think I'd already gotten into like Reno 911 by the time that had come out, so I was just kind of like, whatever, you know. To me, it's just like another one of those. So I don't know. I should revisit them.
You should, because it's actually a straightforward story. It's a good
Yeah.
film about corruption in a small town.
Yeah.
And they managed to make it funny. I think my favorite line in the whole movie is the shenanigans line.
That's good.
I swear to God, the next one of you even says shenanigans, I'm going to pistol whip him. Hey, Farva, what's that restaurant you like to go to with all the bullshit on the wall? What, shenanigans?
Don't we have that clip anymore?
Yes, I have it somewhere.
It's one of my favorites. You can never delete that one. And I didn't even like the show, but that scene was funny. Show or movie, I don't even remember.
It's a big
Too
cut.
over the-
I'll stitch it up. I like that. Got to be willing to do stitching out in the field, man. One of the things they taught us in as combat medics is how to do field surgery. Mostly, it's clearing a wound and dealing with any blood vessels and sealing them.
That's all you can
All you got to
out
do
there.
is try to get them to survive till they get to the cash unit, and
Yeah.
there they'll do the real surgery.
That's why they pack their wounds with dirt, because it's nasty and it's
Well, we didn't. We had actual stuff
infection.
that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we-
if you don't
we
have
did
it, you
better.
still pack with whatever you have, being it dirty or not, because it's safer than bleeding out. It gives you a chance.
They have this really cool one. I used it in Vindicated, where it's a gun. It looks like a caulking gun, but what's actually in there are micro tampons, thousands of them.
Wow.
And you inject them into a bullet wound or an open wound, and it packs it with these thousands of tampons, and it fills up and keeps you from bleeding out. And that was the other thing. They do bring this up in the making of video, which you watched too, Tom, is that they wanted to showcase how lightweight and the technology that you have to go into the Congo now, that you can get to places so much faster because of GPS. You can get there faster because you're carrying lighter equipment. These tents weigh ounces and offer great protection from the elements. Plus, they have portable air conditioning units and dishes, and for connecting to satellites. I like that they showed the actual active technology of the period. If they just had a better director that knew how to tell a story and how to make a scary film, because this film absolutely going into the third act should have been a nightmare for the audience. And I don't mean like, oh, this is bad, it's a nightmare. I mean, so good that it was terrifying.
This is really should have just been one massive scary movie.
Yeah.
Once
they learned what they're up against there, these intelligent fucking apes that were trained, so well trained that they eventually killed their masters and took over the land. I don't know what kind of plant that is, but I would not want to fall on that.
Yeah, I know.
I can make that noise too.
Good for you. Hey, look who's
Hey,
here.
Flip City is here. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. Where's my money?
That's Kitty, of course. She is now the official face of Flip City.
Yay.
Hot Ginger should always be the face of whatever magazine.
Right? That should be its own magazine, Hot Ginger.
Vinkman's Girl is here. What is up, Vinkman's Girl? You're only watching today because Zedmore's in the movie. See, these gorillas look great at a distance. It's when you get close to them that the fantasy is ruined. Yeah, this is like the movie that led to Planet of the Apes.
SEAL Team Apes.
You're like Alfred E. Newman. What is he famous for saying?
What me worry?
Me worry. That was it. What me worry?
Famous last words. Look, y'all. Look what I almost stepped in.
Oh, and that's the other thing you have in this is in the early days of perimeter alarms. And he carries an excellent weapon. I think that guy's carrying an AK, but the other character's carrying, I think, an H&K 91. That's a 7.62.
Welcome to Gun Fun.
And the other thing that broke the fantasy with the apes is it's obvious they have extensions for the forearms with the robot hands that they would grip inside. And it just it's too obvious. Hey, deleted. Don't go too fast. You'll miss Tom's jokes. And again, like Tom brought up, this is all a movie set. This isn't a real jungle here.
What?
They're not on location.
What?
This was built on the same set they did Wizard of Oz. Now, ILM did something really interesting. They built large-scale miniatures. And you're like, what is a large-scale miniature? Well, they're miniatures, but they're built like at about 1/3 scale. And it was over a ton, the entire landscape that they're looking at in miniature. And they're on these platforms. And they use hydraulics. When the earthquake hits, they get the hydraulics going and get it moving. And a lot of the miniature work in this was shot, like one of them was shot at 1400 frame rate of 1400, I think, for the volcano collapse where you see it collapse and then the lava starts coming out. That was done by Industrial Light and Magic. Actually, even the miniature effects were done by ILM.
We have a super chat from Deleted Scene. $2.99.
It's the best Jurassic Park sequel. Yeah. In fact, it even fits this line.
What do they got in there? King Kong?
I am so broken over how he looks now since he's had stroke. Oh, he's had multiple strokes.
Let's see. He did this.
He did 3 films that I love. Really, one, the next, and then the other over a period of a handful of years, which was Legend. He played Dark, a great role. He did Clue, where he played Jeeves. Oh, he's too. Oscar was in the middle too, and I love that movie. A lot of people hate that movie. I fucking love it. It felt like a 1940s play or a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he tells the mobster, you left a dangling participle, and the gangster looks down to see if he's zipped up or not. Slayed me. Now you're seeing Egyptian style hieroglyphs there on that wall too. It's the eye symbol that looks more Egyptian than it does African. But they're not that far apart. Look at it. It looks really like old ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Oh, this guy asking him stupid questions. It's an unusual name for Mombasa. Have you ever been to Mombasa? No. What the hell do you know about my name? Anunnaki?
You know, as far as Tim Curry movies go, I agree with your entire list, although I really enjoyed him in Three Musketeers.
Oh, that's right. He played Cardinal Richelieu.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Disney one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of it because I hated the song by Bryan Adams, and I hated Charlie Sheen in it. I told you, there's a lot of people that want to go back in time to kill Adolf as a baby. And I told Dale Dye, I said, if I could go back in time, I would take out Charlie Sheen like right after he made the baseball movie and before he made Navy SEALs. Because that was the last good film I think he was in. It's a baseball movie.
So the movie he did just before this film was The Shadow.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that film too.
I like The Shadow.
I
think he got a bad rep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
It came out at the wrong time, is why. I think if it would come out a couple of years later, it wouldn't have suffered the criticism it got. Because it was they kept comparing it to Batman.
Yeah.
Batman. Oh, fuck yeah. It. Thank you, Jeebus. That was what, 87, 88?
Mm-hmm. And then Oscar was before The Shadow.
But I liked Oscar a lot. I thought the movie was much better than what the critics said. Fuck critics, man. I swear to God.
Well, the year before Oscar, he had The Hunt for Red October.
He's in it? Oh, yes, he's on the Russian crew.
He was
he's the tragic character.
Yeah, he's the doctor.
He's a tragic character in that.
And just before The Shadow, he did Loaded Weapon 1. National.
Not a good movie. Yeah, I did not like that movie.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Rocketeer is a great film. It's a film we've talked about doing on here too. That'd be another good one for either Saturday or Friday.
That'd be a good Saturday film because just comparing it, the original comic to what they were able to do with the movie.
It really felt like they lifted it because I had the graphic novel, and I love the artwork, the pulp art that he did with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was actually based off of an actual real person, his girlfriend.
Yes. Well, I mean, Disney did a very good job of Disneyfying the film and replacing a lot of the characters from the comic.
Oh, yeah.
But Jennifer Connelly is just gorgeous in that role.
God, she's gorgeous. She's perfect.
You said that out loud, Keith. Just let you know, you did say that out loud.
Yeah, I'll say it again. I mean, did I lie?
Well, I thought it was your internal monologue.
No. No, trust me, my internal monologue is quite different.
Yeah, it's more like the Tasmanian devil. Why for you hit me with rock?
Wow. you just reached right in there and completely misinterpreted what my internal dialogue actually sounds like.
Why for you hit me with rock? I love Taz's voice, man. Mel Blanc. And I told you when my son was little, he was Sylvester's son. He goes, "Hello, father." Like, don't call me that. I'm your dad. Say dad. He couldn't even do that. He calls me Da now. He still calls me Da. He's 40 years old, my son, and he calls me Da. 42.
At least he's talking to you. Okay? He has a special name for his dad.
Yeah. Well, Zoe does too. She calls me Poppy. And I think it's weird because I'm like, we're not Cuban.
I'm not Cuban either, and I call my dad Papi or Papa.
There you go.
I like it when she was little and called me Daddy. But you got to admit, when a woman says it, it sounds creepy when a woman says it. It's just like.
What's funny is I've witnessed Gary saying something fucked up, and Zoe would just look at him and go like, "Dad, that's funny." I love that.
That's our relationship since she was little. I'd say something fucked up, and then she would just chastise me for it.
And then she would say something fucked up because she's just like Gary. She's mini Gary.
See, this is where they screwed up right there. Cutting to a medium close-up is a mistake with these robotic faces that they had. Just not good enough. Great right there. Look at that. Looks like the real thing. And Martin, did they have the lava shit going on at the end of the book? Or is that something else they added? Because it seems to me like a real last-minute disaster action scene.
That I cannot remember, but it's very possible that it is in the book.
Did it take place in the Congo?
The real menace in the book were the gorillas. They were even more aggressive, and they were more of them. And man, the scenes with the gorillas, that shit is gory, man.
Oh, I do like that. Domesticated gorillas. Domesticated? They're killing that man. Because it's sad. Once again, a tragic death of Tim Curry's character. Greed gets the better of him, and he grabs those diamonds, and then the gorillas fucking beat him to death.
Well, in the book, the gorillas use tools
Weapons?
for killing.
Yeah.
They had paddles made of stones, and they just crush your head with it in one just swift clap, and that's it.
Well, they were playing tennis.
Cricket, man. Cricket. Know your sports, man.
Cricket.
Now, I didn't trust him when he said that. Did anybody else, when they saw that scene when he comes running through without them even checking his information? Yeah, we can't go that way. It's caved in. It's like, I see light coming through up there, motherfucker. Like, how fucking caved in is it?
I don't know if it's because he saw the diamonds or whatever, because then he doesn't act like he already saw them, so like makes no sense. And then that's what I'm saying. This whole third act is like a big fucking mess.
Yeah, and the diamond just lying on the sand. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're just on top of the dirt. Like, whatever. Oh, the pause button came back. Yay.
I told you where to find it when it's not up there.
No, I need to go back too, because I wanted to show right there. Look at that. That is the H&K 91 right there. What a beautiful rifle. The preferred assault weapon of your Northern European country's special forces right there. It's also what they carried the Irish Brigade in that movie where they got General Custard got circled by the Congolese.
Why just the Northern Europeans, though?
Well, it's a Northern European weapon. It's H&K, Heckler and Koch.
Fun with guns.
Fun with guns. The lost city of Zinj. The way he says Zinj sounds so Tim Curry. Like a word he invented. Yeah, this is it. This is where he dies. He's like, look at all these diamonds. The lost jewel of Zinj. The way he says it. So sultry. And the girls are like, yo, man, we don't like puffs. We're going to kill you. Yeah, they're ghetto gorillas. Keith.
Wow. Wow.
Yo, man. Yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, jeez. Gonna go to hell for this one.
I like the makeup, or it's not makeup, it's costume. But I really do like the ape costumes in this. The problem is that the animatronics don't work very well. But we should have seen a lot more of these in shadow until the very end. This film should have been from the middle of the film, the middle of the second act, should have been people getting killed in the dark. Like, what's going on? Something's hunting us. That's what this film should have been.
Yeah. Should have been a scary, scary, scary movie.
And when you finally reveal, even when you reveal what they are, you still shouldn't see much of them. Him chili. Oh my God, Jeebus. Ernie Hudson's like, I got a great check out of this movie.
And not much else.
This is terrible. Fake dead guys there. It's just not even realistic. I can't believe Stan Winston turned these in. They're so bad. Because that doesn't look anything like Bruce Campbell. In fact, when I saw the movie the first time, I'm like, who is that? He's dressed like Bruce Campbell.
He's dressed like Ash. Blue shirt.
And they used
brown
a mixture of a real active volcano, which was there on location when they were down there in Central America. And in fact, what's his name? Oh God, the main star, the good-looking kid, Dylan Walsh, started talking about how it freaked him out that, like, yeah, it was just like a couple of years ago that thing blew up and killed like 400 people. It's like, and we're here shooting with it right now, and it's still blowing. I don't know. I just felt like this is some of the weakest work from Winston Studios. And I don't know if it's the work itself or how they lit it that made it so bad. Because, like, you get shots like this, it looks great. Backlit. Well, it's a horror film. It really is. And it's a very bad horror film. It's like Arachnophobia is a horror film, but it's not a very good horror film. That's why I'm hoping with the remake that they actually do a good job of making that shit scary. The kind of film where Anima won't go with me to see it.
Nope.
She's all kinds of nope. Hey, baby, do you think nope?
I don't.
But what if we go and you can have this mask? You can put nope. Anima noises. This is the best part of the whole film.
Oh,
it really is
very cool.
The best visual effects done in this, and the way they did it was brilliant. Because, like, in the old days, it was oatmeal, and they talk about that. ILM talked about that. What they did is they went and looked at real lava and tried to find something that moves like it. And then they discovered by making it a certain color that when they go back and alter the colors, it glows. Even though it's not glowing, it glows because of changing the color. And it's fucking brilliant what they did. And some of these shots here, now, not all of them, some of the composites look really bad. But like this one's really a good shot right here. That's a good one. Even though this is one of the most unbelievable moments in the film. Like, do you guys even know how to fucking walk to avoid shit?
Hey, by the way, Keith has to go. So.
Oh, he's got to go do black guy stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Black guy stuff,
say goodbye to Keith.
It's Friday, man. It's always
Merry
black
Christmas.
guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Good
You
night,
coming
Keith.
tomorrow?
I still don't know.
Die
yet.
Hard. Come on. We're doing
I'll call
Die
you.
Hard.
Let me know when
Okay.
I call you. It's Die
Okay.
Hard. All
Okay.
right, bye, buddy.
Bye.
And even though he'll probably be gone for most of the show, it'd be kind of fun if Tom was able to make it to Die Hard, because I know it's one of his favorite films too. And he and I have been right at the center of that debate on Twitter. You know, that yes, it is a Christmas film, because if you take Christmas out,
There is
you
no movie.
lose the story,
There's no
because
story,
it's all based around Christmas. Him
I
even
got in a
being there.
discussion today about that, because by now people know I'm part of a podcast. So somebody asked me, hey, are you doing something special for Christmas, or are you taking a break? How does that work in podcast world? Because none of them knows. So I told them we're doing a Christmas special on Die Hard, and I finally have seen the movie. And they're all like, what? How can you be on a nerd podcast and you haven't seen that movie until you're fucking 42? Yeah, well, it happened. But now I've seen it.
Now, Dylan Walsh's character, that what should have been said here at the end of this movie is Laura Linney should have approached Dylan, and she says, well, what are you going to do now that you've lost your ape? It's like, I guess I have to have sex now. Because now I don't have something to preoccupy my time to keep my mind off of sex. That's how nerds work. We're either preoccupied or we want to have sex. It's that simple.
Yeah, the Chief did all 3 movies. But we said we
Oh,
do a Christmas
we're
special
going on
show
4 now.
Okay. But
I don't know
we said we're going to do a special Christmas show on December 21st on Die Hard, like more than half a year back.
Well, we're also doing a Christmas show on Wednesday. We're going to do the 1984 Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. The original Equalizer is in it. And the daughter of another famous horror film icon. Does anybody know who it is?
No.
You're not the only person here, honey.
No.
I just wanted to say no. I know you expect me to not know what you're talking about, but sometimes I like to say no.
Well, she is the daughter of Dr. Loomis, actor Donald Pleasance. I love this. She destroys his satellite with the laser.
I don't.
I do.
It felt.
Well, it felt really Greenpeace, but at the same time, this is personal.
It felt juvenile.
Sometimes juvenile is required. That's why I have a juvenile sense of humor.
Yeah.
No, you have a juvenile sense of humor because you, after the age of 7, you're just growing. Your brain was done.
One thing is juvenile sense of humor, but you cannot go through life making juvenile decisions. I can imagine the size of the lawsuit that is going to land on her lap.
I know, she's going to get sued, but it would look really bad on him in public. So odds are that lawsuit would just go away.
No, they lost the business. That satellite was the business. 40,000 employees now are out of business.
That's bad. Yeah. I didn't think that was going to happen just from the loss of the satellite. They could just put up another satellite.
You need to make another satellite to put it up there. And then you need to launch it.
To have only one satellite is stupid because there's always a chance you're going to lose your satellite. I love this. This moment, people don't realize what's going through my mind because I understand biology, is she's a young lady now, and that gorilla wants to mate with her. It doesn't want to play dad. It wants to mate with her.
Yeah, and he's the dad seeing his little girl going away with a guy.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm actually very appreciative that Tom popped in. That was really cool.
That was cool. I was
Look at
hoping he would. When he
that
said he
face,
just
I know.
watched it.
By the way, that's another film that I want to do on a Wednesday or
Which
Friday.
one?
Friday would probably be a better one because it's a classic film, and I want to save classics for Fridays.
For Friday, yeah.
So
that's
the
Friday.
original.
Not the remake was terrible. The remake was terrible. Terrible. I like to pretend it doesn't exist.
We do that with certain movies that should never have been made.
Now, in stills, the thing I will say about this, the stills of the gorillas look great. It's when they're moving that they don't look right.
Yeah, because it's obviously a human in them. What's Wakeman's girl talking about?
Wait, what is this? Yeah, I'm not.
We do that with 2016. What are you talking about?
Oh, we do not talk about
Ghostbusters. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. By the way, Vinkman, you'll like this. I bought that movie for Zoe just for her to watch. I didn't like it, but I don't push my prejudices of film and such on to my daughter. Only prejudices against races, and not a laugh. Come on, guys, you're killing me here. I only push my racial prejudice on my kid. God, you guys are just. I'm not talking about you too, Martin. Martin's ignoring me. I bought her that film. Nothing, Martin. I bought her the 2016 film, and she watched it, and she turned to me and she goes, "That was awful." And the pride I felt in my daughter when she did that, I was like, "Oh, thank God you didn't like that." Because I was like, how am I going to talk to her about this movie when I hate it so much? And she just hated it. And you couldn't get your money back. I still own the movie because of that. I bought it on, I think, on Google Play.
Oh, that sucks.
Gary didn't like it and wanted to share it with his daughter. By the way, Mac brought up a funny story the other night where we went to this Japanese restaurant, and it was a sushi restaurant, and it's a really good one here in town. And they make everything fresh right there. It's all fresh caught. The tempuras, no frozen stuff. They make everything right there. And I won't eat raw sushi. I will only eat California rolls. Which it's not even called sushi when it's raw is called sashimi.
Sushi means raw, yeah.
Yeah, sushi does mean raw. I thought sashimi meant raw.
Sashimi means raw for sure, but I think sushi also implies that it's raw, something like that. I'm a vegetarian.
Well,
I know about that. It's fish.
So, well, they're vegetarian Japanese. Like you can just put avocado and shit like in there. It's really good.
Fuck that. I hate it.
Because I've had vegetarian California rolls. They're good. But
you're the worst vegetarian ever.
I know she's really bad at being.
I tried. I tried. My mom laughed.
So I was right. Thank you, Jeebus. Thank you. I thought that's raw is sashimi, and the sushi is actually cooked fish. So anyway, I had the California rolls, and Zoe is paranoid. She's paranoid that someone's going to slip her raw fish. I'm serious. She's like so fucking paranoid. She's 7 or 8. She's right there. Like she was 7. She was 7 years old. And we're all sitting there. We would do this once a month. We would go try out a new foreign restaurant in town. And this time it was this. And she's sitting there and she's so paranoid that Andy or Mac or I are going to slip her fucking real raw fish. And she's so freaked out about it that they loved serving us, and they gave us a free serving of their homemade ice cream. And the one they gave her had peach in it. And the peach looked like fucking raw fish to her. And she wouldn't eat it. And she started crying in the middle of a fucking Japanese restaurant. And we're like telling her, baby, that's not, it's really peach. It's peaches. It's not, no, honey, it's real ice cream. There's no fish in it. She's like so freaked out. Oh my God, she just lost it at the table. And I'm telling like real, like ugly face crying. You know, snot coming out of your fucking nose crying. And she was so scared of us tricking her. And it's like, baby, we'd never do that to you. Oh, yes, we would do it to you, but not with this. This is the one thing, raw food, we wouldn't trick you into eating raw food. Like, but we would fuck with you in other ways.
People's food, period. That's enough.
You should never, you never touch your food. Except for that time I did that to Jim Woodward and to Mike Anderson, which was funny. That's when we got school chili back in 8th grade. And he got up to go to the ice cream counter to buy an ice cream sandwich. And when he got up, it's got such a, it's so thick, the chili. It's got this thick, 1/16 inch film on top, thick skin. And so I take a straw full of milk and I dab the end of it so it doesn't have anything on the outside. I poke it through the surface of his chili, and then I blew the milk into the bottom of his chili bowl, and then sat down when he came back. And I'm going to tell you, he fucked with me a lot when we were kids. That's what happens when you're best friends. You're always fucking with each other. And so he earned this. So when he went and put the spoon in his chili, and like lava, this milk comes up out of the chili.
Ew.
And he's like, and his head went back. He was like, like, what the fuck? True story. I did that to Jim Woodward. Mike Anderson, what I did is when he got up and walked away, I put lemon seeds in his milk, and it curdled his milk.
Ew. That's how you make cheese at home, by the way.
Yeah. It's not like it's bad. It's just curdled it.
You could just use any acid, like lemons or vinegar. Speaking of vinegar, I looked it up, and sushi just means sour rice. So that's the rice.
Let me tell you something.
Vinegar, and it can be anything within. Sashimi is when the raw fish comes in.
Yeah.
Common
So
misunderstanding.
here we go. It's funny you brought this up, Jeebus, because Mac, he was living with this husband and wife down in Arizona as a roommate. And she just kept doing really gnarly things that were pissing Mac off, saying things that were really just insulting, really, because he told me everything. But this is what freaked me out is I told Mac, I don't like passive aggressive people. And I like people who fuck with people like right to their face, and he did something very passive aggressive. He would go in and piss in her shampoo.
What?
He would piss in the toilet, and then he would, if he had a little bit left, he would pinch it off, open her bottle of shampoo, pee into it, finish, close the top, and shake it up and put it back down.
That is disturbing.
That's Mac. You think he's nice. You like him. He's fun.
I like him, but that's
there's
disturbing.
a dark side. There's a dark side to him, and you bring that up sometime. Going, did you really pee in a woman's shampoo? You ask him and see what happens. He'll tell you the whole fucking story.
I'll never let him near my bathroom for sure.
I told him that. I said, I kept my mouthwash and everything away from him. Yeah. It was in my room. And because once I found out about that, I'm like, I'll never trust you with my fucking fluids. Fuck that. That's weird. Okay, what's the avatar there? I can't see it. Martin, can you see it?
It's a shocked smiley. A horrified smiley.
So Jeebus brought that up, and that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, that'll teach him to get into your fucking beer. Did they learn their lesson?
One of my dad's favorite stories was so we had a holiday house in the countryside, and there was this tiny village next to it. There was one, it wasn't even a restaurant. It's called Gasthaus in German. It's very rustic, like typical Austrian food, probably what diner is to America. Very down-to-earth rustic place. And they had this table were just guys from around the village would just gather like every Friday, every Saturday, and they sit around, they play cards, they have beers, yada yada. And one day my dad witnesses this one dude, and one dude was having a fight with another dude over some bullshit, and they were sitting next to each other. So the guy goes up to take a piss, and he puts the what's it called, coaster that you have under your beer mug. He takes that, puts it on top of his beer mug to tell the waitress, I'm not done yet, I just have to step away for a moment. And he writes on it, I spit in it. And he goes to pee, and he thinks his drink is safe. He comes back, and under his line, it says, me too.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Well, I told you what I did to Joe, the assistant manager of the company I work for. It's a corporation, and I didn't like him. I loved him as a person, but I didn't like him as a manager. I thought he was officious, and what do you call it? A micromanager. I don't like micromanagers, and so I just started doing things, acting out like a juvenile sense of humor. And I walked into his office one day, and he's sitting there. And he goes, "Good morning." And I said, "Hey, Joe. Hey, I'm just going to let you know, I'm not going to say if I did it or if I didn't, but I will say that there's a really good chance that my penis touched something on your desk today. Have a good one."
Oh.
And I would go downstairs. When I came back up, he was sterilizing everything. And I hadn't done it. I just got into his head. I may or may not have touched something on your desk with my penis. I don't like passive aggressive humor. I like aggressive humor. Let's see, what should I have to be? No, I'm looking. No.
Looking at what?
I don't know. Did I do that one before? I think I did that
play
one.
the game.
Yeah, I've done that one. Yeah, that one I definitely did already. I'm not sure if I did that one because that's a real thing I did to a lot of people. It was a prank I did down in Williamsburg during a tour. This one might be good.
Bring it
Because I
up.
think I've said it to some people, but I don't know who I've told stuff to. There's always the guys that kept eating his coworkers' food learned a painful lesson. He tried to sue and lost the case. The lunch he ate was the guy's chili. Did he put hot sauce in it, like ghost pepper level hot sauce? I don't teach people.
Probably. There's a million stories like that on the internet. Also about people putting laxatives in their food. Be careful with that because that can get you in trouble legally. But if you just spice it up, especially when you like
It's
eating
technically
spicy.
considered poisoning. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean you poison them to kill them. You poison them to make them sick, and it is technically by law a crime.
You could still argue that you are terribly stuffed up, and you were planning to consume the.
Yeah, putting the
laxative
chilies in
food.
there to clear your sinuses. And if it's your food,
Yeah,
they can't
that's
do
it.
anything to you. Yeah.
Not if it's
So,
chili. If it's laxative, maybe, but chili, no.
So here we go, guys. Here it is. I once saw Jason Statham shit. No, it's not true. Although you never know, like in a movie, he might be doing that, squeezing one out. You don't know.
Oh,
He's an actor. So here we go. I once saw a friend's hair catch fire in a lab, and I casually turned on the water for her before telling her her hair was on fire.
what? Again? I didn't have time to see that.
I once saw a friend's hair catch fire in lab and casually turned on the water before telling her.
Was that in school?
That's the question. Yes, it was in school. I was in high school.
Where was the
Freshman year.
fucking teacher?
It was a lab. There's
There
like
should be a teacher there.
about 30 kids and one teacher. And our lab, oddly, was the teacher's desk. The main desk in the lab was the teacher's desk. And she was walking around answering questions for students for the experiment that we were doing, which was working with different kinds of metal and how they burn in a Bunsen burner.
Mm.
Next question.
How did you warn her?
Well, first of all, aren't you curious how her hair caught fire?
That's a good one. Good one too. Yeah. How did it happen?
Her name was Sheila Johnson. She was this pretty black girl that I was friends with in school. She was my lab partner for the day. And she wasn't paying attention because in daylight, it's hard to see the blue flame of a Bunsen burner. And she didn't realize the Bunsen burner was lit when she bent over the lab table to look at something. And she got what's referred to, or as I've always called, the inverted mohawk.
So she had crazy hair because he said she was
He had
black?
a big afro.
Ah, yeah.
Big afro. And I turned and I saw her hair just go boom. Right up the middle.
How was
And I
she not
looked
made
at
to
it.
tie your hair back for the chemistry lesson? Because we
It's
had to
not
do
that
in
kind
the
of
90s.
hair. It's an afro. It's
You
a
can tie
big
that shit
ball of
back.
hair.
You can tie that back.
Either way it goes, high school, 15-year-old, stupid. Okay.
Mm.
Bent over a Bunsen burner and it inverted mohawked her hair right up the middle. And I was looking at her and I reached to my right because that's where the sink is, where you can wash out your eyes and shit. And I turned on the faucet that goes down, goes up and then comes down like a swan's neck. And right when I turned it on, I went, Sheila, your hair's on fire. I said it just like that.
Did she
Sheila,
believe you
your hair's on
immediately?
fire. And she looked up at me and went, huh? And I went, hair's on fire. Just like that. I was very casual about it. No excitement. Hair's on fire. And she goes, oh my God. And she fucking just screams. And I pointed at the water and she put her head under the water. I just started splashing her head with it. And that's really the end of the story. There's really not much more to it. She went down, they checked to make sure she wasn't burned, took her to the nurse. And
That really didn't freak you out? That can
and when
result
she came back,
afterwards.
she had a scarf on. She had pulled her hair back with a scarf.
How could you stay so calm?
Thank you. You can tie it down. And she had, what made it worse is she had this stuff, and you could always smell it. And you really smelled it when it caught fire. You smelled the burnt hair, but you smelled the sulfur because she used this stuff called sulfa-8. It was a product that Black people and people with frizzy hair use to keep it from getting over dry, because it's a problem they have. It's such a bob hair.
I mean, I know you can't just take a ponytail, but I've known Black people and they always had ways to tie it out of their face if they needed to. And we had 2 Black chicks that I knew in the last couple of years in school, and they had ways to take care of their hair and not have it fly everywhere. So, and our chemistry teacher definitely would have required that. You can't tie it back, you put a scarf on it or something to get it out of your face. That's why I'm asking that question, because it's dangerous. And my chemistry teacher learned that the hard way, because not about hair, he had short hair, but he liked wearing woolen pullovers, which is not something you do when you handle fire. And he caught fire and he lost half his thumb. And he never wore woolen pullovers in his lab again. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. There you go.
But his nickname was he was weird.
His name was what? We had one, Mr. Dernbeck. I told you about him. Mike and I blew up one of his tables and destroyed his dust-free chamber, the plexiglass, cracked it, and broke some windows, making nitro in class. We got in real trouble. We had a in-school suspension for the rest of the fucking semester.
Oh my God, Gary, sit back up again.
Yes.
And look at you in the background. That was perfect. Sit up, straight up.
I am straight up.
Yeah.
Now,
What?
recline. Oh,
No, that's weird. That's weird. But he was perfectly
I don't know what
aligned
you
with
guys
the
want.
background. You were perfectly aligned with the background. The guy in the blue shirt.
Oh,
That looked funny. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
we've
thinking
really gone off the
questions.
topic here.
I don't have any more questions. It seems like a real incident, knowing you. It's absolutely something that can happen in chemistry at school. So sorry.
Yeah, but I've been working hard at coming up with shit to fuck with you.
I have been with you for more than 2 years. Good luck.
maybe it's false.
Vision from other
Maybe
2
it was
years.
his hair on fire, and Sheila was the one who said him.
Well, the poll is up, guys. Take let me know what you think. It's up at the top of the chat. Do you think it's a true story? You think I'm full of shit?
You're always full of shit, but
No, you're full of shit, but the story may be true.
yeah.
The
that's
funny
right.
thing is I love it when my friends have agreed to eventually do all of them, because I got Zoe to agree, because everything I tell about being in Williamsburg fucking happened. But what I've been doing is finding stories that are true but aren't really what happened in this situation. I did that with that one story that 3 weeks back. Because it was a month ago, the Moon Rock story, because it's based on truth, and that's how I found out that I can actually kind of lie, and is I can embellish something, because I'm a terrible liar, but I'm really good at bullshit.
You're
You're
good at
ready to
making up
work on-
stories. You're not a terrible liar, Gary. You're good at making
You're
up
ready to
I think
work.
I'm terrible at it. What, Martin?
You're ready to work in mainstream media.
Almost. I could eventually get hired by CNN if I get even better at lying.
You can take a story that is true and make it a lie.
That's what I do. You tell a story that's mostly true, and then you add this one element that makes it bullshit. So therefore, the whole thing's a lie. I love doing that. So it's one of the things that I started using for this. So Martin, true or false?
True.
Anima was true. Tom, are you even here? He's probably
I
busy
think he
doing something
left
else.
an
Prepping
hour
for a
ago.
show.
We bore him to
He's
sleep.
just busy.
What'd you need?
Was my story true or false?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
When you want to read it?
I'm gonna say false.
Fucking false.
No,
That
I'm
is
gonna
Tom
say
giving
true. I
0
don't know.
fucks.
Said true.
That's a vote of confidence.
So I'm looking at it right now. Let me pop this out. Pop out. Yeah, there we go. And I can share.
Don't pop it out, Gary. You're having such a hard time popping it back in every time.
I have an innie penis.
That's what she said.
No, I did not.
Oh my god, that's so fucking horrible.
It
There
is.
you go. Here's what they voted. There you can see it. 83% believe it's true. 70% say it's bullshit. Okay, I'm ending the poll now. There we go. Majority of people said it's true. Anima thinks it's true. Martin thinks it's true, right? You said it was true?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Tom thinks it's true too. So
No, he
here
says
we go.
false.
The answer is Sheila Johnson got an inverted mohawk right in front of me. And
She
I
didn't
thought that was
get
fucking
into it
hilarious.
though, right?
No, thank God. No, it just hit the top of the hair, but she had that sulfa 8 in there. So it really burned down to the root quickly.
But she had her head under the water in time, I guess.
Yeah, and what she ended up doing was like having her hair cut really short, and she just started wearing
Weeks.
a do-rag on her head, for quite a while till her hair started
Lots
growing
of
back
black
out.
people wear wigs because their hair is such a pain in the ass to deal with that they just cut it short. And whenever they want fancy hair, they just wear a wig. It's pretty common.
The opinion of Anima Confusa is not that of Pop Culture Minefield.
I know enough
Black
black
people wearing
ladies who
wigs.
do that.
No, sir, that wasn't yeah.
No, with the ones I know, it's pretty much 50-50. Half of it either is a hairdresser or enjoys doing stuff with the hair, and the other half is just like, yeah, fuck it. Too much ordeal to deal with. So just
So
be done with it.
hey, Tom, if you're here, I just wanted to tell you thanks, man, for popping in here. It's great. It's always nice for you when you pop in. We have fun on this channel. All we want to do is show love to great cinema. Keith is the one who still does even though, in private, like on Twitter, I'm always talking about the state of the industry and the problems in it. I got kind of tired of talking about it. And everybody knows when it happened. It was December a year ago when James Gunn fired not Christopher Reeve, but Henry Cavill. And all that shit went down. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done with comics, comic movies. I'm done. I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. And then Mikey died not long after. And I just didn't want to talk about this stuff anymore. But now
I just have to correct you on one little thing. It's hard for James Gunn to fire Henry Cavill when he never hired him in the first place. Just going to say that much.
Yeah, it's like, well, who did fire him?
He never had the deal. Like, the whole thing was The Rock and his fucking manager pulling some bullshit trying to take over the DCU.
Which was Henry Cavill's manager too. Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, until he fired her, because this whole thing, which I think that might have been part of it, because they knew they were looking for somebody to lead up the DCU, and they were trying to position The Rock, and they ended up trying to weasel out of it, making it look like Henry Cavill was fired by James Gunn in some way, when that was not, he was never going to be Superman in James Gunn's movie, even before.
So that mid-credit scene in The Rock's movie was bullshit with Cavill as Superman.
It wasn't so much bullshit as it was a testing ground, and once they knew that this was not going to happen, that's when they announced James Gunn's taking over, right? Mm-hmm. Like there was a whole lot leading up to that, because Zaslav had been looking for somebody to take over the DC universe for quite some time. So,
and I was
for some reason, The Rock thought he was going to be the one.
If you didn't know this, I don't think much of James Gunn. I've been following him since before he was anybody, because I used to subscribe to his blog back in the day, and I think he's witty. I like some of his stuff. I didn't like the comic books of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Never really read it. But I enjoyed the films. But he has that same Taika Waititi irreverence to him. And irreverence means you lack reverence. Irreverent humor is fun sometimes, but sometimes it's not, especially when you're doing something that you should show reverence to. And so I just don't trust him. And even with that new trailer that came out, even as much as I say, yeah, it was good, not great, it was a good trailer. It looks interesting. I want to watch this film. I still don't believe in James Gunn, and I absolutely believe in one type of gun control, and that is controlling James Gunn. I don't know if you knew that, Tom. So I'm just sharing it with Tom. And Tom left. Pool of players is too small. That's there you go. This is another problem I have. It's like, oh, we're bringing back what's his name, Chris Evans. It's like, I'm tired of all these fucking guys coming back. It's like, I like it when they use unknowns. It's like you've got this small pool of actors they just keep using in every comic book movie. Like there's no other actors out there. That's why when they did Black Panther, I liked that they got somebody that wasn't well known. I'm like, that's the way you do it. You get your TV on or get your money on the MTV. There you go. His backup plan was to take over the WWE. I think he's full of shit there. Tom, if you're still here, we're going now. I wanted in the show. I wanted to thank you for being here. Martine,
was your story true?
Yes, it was. It was totally true.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. There's always some crazy shit that happened to me or I witnessed as a kid or as a young person, even in my adulthood. So anyway, he says, Tom, he says that James Gunn's backup plan was to take over the WWE.
No, The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. Well, fuck him. I lost all respect for The Rock. So anyway, thanks for being here, Tom. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Anima. thanks, Keith, for dropping in and hanging out with us for a little bit. I know he's got shit going on, so we had to go. Who else jumped in with us? Anybody else? That was it, wasn't it?
No, that was it.
No, that was it.
That was it. All right. I want to thank all of our friends in the chat. D-Bud Martin, the hardest working wrench going, Penny, Andy Morrow, Mephisto, who's probably asleep now, Monkey Jeebus, or I'm sorry, it's Christmas time, so Krampus Jeebus. Yep. Wade, the single laziest person when it comes to doing backdoor comments.
Absolutely.
Tom Baker. Let's see, Country Shape Media, Parrot Head, Peter Vickman fan site, Flip City Magazine. Kitty was here. She also commented and shared us out on Twitter for the show.
I wish she'd join us one day. I need female company here.
Yeah, I know. It's always a sausage party. That's why Tom started the whole feminine, that toxic femininity show. Get some female, what do they call it? Tacos, clam? I don't know what the
Jesus. Continue with the thank yous, please.
That was it. I wasn't sure about the answer on that one.
Also, thank you to all you guys watching on Twitter and Rumble, and I don't know where we're streaming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a Friday show. It depends on the movie we're talking about, our numbers. But numbers weren't very high today, so I expect us to have a few hundred by Monday. So everybody that watches the show over the weekend, thanks a lot for watching. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get updates. Make sure that you have not been unsubscribed.
Yeah, YouTube likes to do that. And if you have suggestions for us, movies you want us to talk about, put it in the comments.
That's right. That's where you do it. Don't do it in the chat down below, so we have a record of it, so we can come back to it and go, there it is. There it is. So everybody have a great Friday. Don't forget, later on, John's going to be doing his stream on what game, I don't know. Do you know, Martin?
Still Fallout?
Fallout.
More of that
Fallout
game
3.
I hate. No,
wish I could watch. Just to roast John.
I wish I wanted to watch that game being played.
No, I miss shitting on John so much because I would destroy him.
Oh, that he dies so often.
His head. Good old times, man.
So that'll be coming up later. Not to mention Friday Night Frolics with Doomcock. And Loki, I think, is going to have a show tonight. If I get a nap in between, I might go on Loki's show tonight. I love hanging out with those guys, but I got to get those late night shows, man, like Toxic Tuesday. I got to have a nap before I do them. Otherwise, I have no energy. I'm just an old man sitting there going, what are you talking about? Shut up, stupid young people. I'm
still young, so I have no problem working my busy and physical job and then doing 3 shows a week at 10 p.m. until past midnight.
Yeah, don't get me started. You know what really grinds my gears?
That's all, folks.